Depends on what you want to edit.
Well,
What?
I've hit record. It's
Okay.
going.
However, I wanted to start making times of things that I think are fucking funny when we're talking.
Oh, okay.
So where is my pen?
All right. Well, we're going. We're live. I'll do it again. Hello.
Hello.
Let's go. Let's do this. Hi.
Now
Hello.
my
Welcome.
episodes are all messed up on my notes.
By
I had to
one.
delete
By
them.
one.
That doesn't. It's in.
It fucks me up
Kaylee.
too. Trust me.
David.
It fucks me up too and all of my shit. Now everything's off. Everything's off. I gotta go through and fix everything. Oh my god.
I need to put this on the computer so I don't have to rewrite all of this shit.
Listen. I didn't do it because I wanted to. I did it because it had to happen, okay? Listen, whatever we did in that episode, we didn't do what we were supposed to do, all right? We didn't do what we were supposed to do.
We fucked up, huh?
Yeah, she got opinions down here too.
Thank you. I need them. Oh.
See,
thank you.
Do you hear these opinions? Do you hear these opinions? This is what I got to deal with. Oh my god.
What a brat. But we love her.
We love her. Nah, yeah, I love her. Anyways, hi, hello, welcome. This is Chaos and Cats. Woo! Not forget to do the intro right away. Podcast with basically no organization, and some days it really shows.
Yes.
But that's okay. My name's Kaylee.
Oh, and I suppose I'm Laura today.
Yep.
Welcome.
Oh, you're actually Laura today?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to make up another name. I'm pretty sure you were in a disguise. Or no, you weren't there. You were someone else. I can't remember what name you gave me.
Selena. It was a poor choice.
Yeah.
Do I look like a Selena? Fucks no. So.
I could see it if I didn't know you. What? Come here. She keeps yelling at me.
Well,
she wants something, but I don't know what. You're going to get scooped up here in a second.
You cannot handle yourself.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We got our special guest, Miss Bruto.
She just wanted the kitty lovin's.
She wants snuggles. She wants to be on my lap. It's a common occurrence.
Of course. I mean,
also, it's getting chillier out and stuff.
I love it that they cuddle more.
Oh my god. And Daruk's been cuddling more because Daruk's not as big of a cuddler. Oh my god, he's been cuddling nonstop. It's fucking wonderful.
I know. I love waking up to Henry trying to snuggle on my face and stuff. And I'm like, yes, come here.
And he's been snuggling with us on the couch more, too, which he's not a couch snuggler very often. But he's been snuggling right up on the couch, and it's so wonderful. I love it.
Keep it cold in that bitch, all right? Just for the snuggles.
I love it. Before I forget, we have to do a cat fact.
Oh, I think it was supposed to be my turn, and I thought about it yesterday, and then immediately gone.
I got a whole list, so that's okay.
All right.
I can do one, and then you can come with one next week. I got a whole list. I'm just crossing them off as I go.
I love it.
All right. So.
Yes, tell it to me. 15 years
All right, so this
later.
kind of follows our fact from the previous episode, which has not come out just yet as of us recording this, but it will be out in like 2 weeks from when we're recording this, which
it'll be out when this episode comes out.
It's October 18th right now for us if you want a little bit of a timeline to figure out where you are and where we are in the timeline of the universe in which we are in, which is not current time with you. We're like in the past. Y'all are like in the future.
We are time travelers.
We are time travelers, all right? I guess it's New Yorker kind of accent today. I'm so sorry. But this kind of follows last week's episode's fact in relation to cats not being able to taste sweetness. Mm-hmm. So cats can taste the air. They half open their mouths to activate their specialized nasal anatomy, giving them the taste of a scent. They do this with the Jacobson's organ, also known as the vomeronasal organ, located behind their upper incisors. So it's literally right behind their pointy teeth, those long pointy teeth. That's where they get that smell. That's why sometimes your cat makes that weird little face with her mouth open. It's like, it looks like
Henry does it.
It looks like they've smelt something bad, but they're tasting the smell that they're smelling.
And I also read, to go on top of that, that they often do it because they smell something that could be a possible like mate.
That is a good, that is one of the reasons. And also it's like also a way for them to take in new scents as well. That's something they'll do, is if it's a new scent to them too, they're kind of like taking it all in, the taste, all of it, you know.
I have never seen a cat do it until I got Henry, and really? I'm like, what are you doing? Because he looks like he got like
Rudo and Daruk
freezes. Yep. And then his mouth opens, and it just seems like all of a sudden he's a robot, and like an intercom is gonna blast out of his mouth or whatever. And I'm like, this is creepy. Stop it.
Yeah. Rudo and Daruk do it all the fucking time to things that they smell. It's so funny. I love it so much.
I had to look it up because I'm like, are you broken?
Are you broken? Why are you?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I just think it's so cool that they have. I'm picturing like holes in the top of their mouth.
It's probably not like a hole, but it's probably something along those lines. It's probably like microscopic to the eye. You probably can't like actually see it, but it's probably similar to like a nasal cavity or something like that. But it's a way for them to be able to taste the air, which I'm not gonna lie, there are some smells I do not want to know what that tastes like.
But there's also some smells I do want to know what that tastes like.
Yes.
So
there are some.
I think I'd risk it.
Not like, and the funny thing is it's like I feel like some things don't always taste like they smell, and like I want to taste the thing I like, the scent of something. Yes. Like I just want to taste the scent, not the actual flavor of it, because sometimes things taste a little different than they smell. Welcome to Chaos and Cats. It gets weird.
I was thinking of all the things that I want to smell, taste, whatever it is. And Play-Doh's definitely on my list. I just feel like it smells different than the saltiness that it tastes like. So, because I mean, I was a child once. I have tasted Play-Doh.
It's a baby!
It's a baby! Hi!
It's not our usual guest today.
No, he's on his pillows though, sleeping.
Oh, the prince is sleeping.
Yeah, that is why the princess feels so comfortable to come in. Come here. She's not really a lap cat. That's Henry.
It's okay. I can see her. Hello, baby.
You're getting the love. You can't hear it, but
you're
getting the love.
It's so pretty.
Shaking your tail.
Laura has a beautiful little tuxedo kitty cat.
Come here, baby girl.
I think it's so funny that both of us have an orange male cat and a dark colored female cat.
And that they are twins, basically, in terms of personality.
Oh, God, yeah.
And
Your
age.
female cat is just like mine. Yep, same age, I'm pretty sure. How old is Harley?
Is 11, I think.
Rudo's like 7, so a few years. But yeah, like they're both older cats.
But it's just older cats, and then our orange tabbies that are wild and crazy are younger.
Yeah, exactly. Because Drew's only like a year or two older than Henry. They're like they're basically the same age. I think Drew's like a year older than Henry.
I think so too.
But yeah, no. Literally, we both have young orange male cats that are fucking crazy, psychotic, playful love bugs. And then we both have 2 grumpy female dark-colored cats, um, that love scritches and attention and stuff like that. Mine loves cuddles, hers doesn't love cuddles as much, at
No.
least not lap cuddles. Mine loves any form of cuddle.
Really will want
Literally
to be held sometimes. It has to be on
yeah,
her terms.
yep, yep,
It
but
has to be
literally,
it has
like,
to be
our
my
cats
left
are
shoulder. It cannot be my right shoulder. No, fuck that shit.
Bruto prefers when I hold her over my shoulder, she tolerates it when Nick puts her on her back, but that's because he forces it upon her even though she hates it.
You cannot
Um,
stop this.
yeah, yeah, but there are times where she does enjoy it. You can just see it because she just starts to melt into his arms, and you're just like,
Ah, there
you're
you
mad that
go.
it happened, but you're kinda happy
I'm
right now. You
glad.
look pretty fucking content right now. And she'll spread her toes on her back feet whenever he picks
I
her up
love
sometimes. Like,
that.
when she's really perturbed by it, she spreads her toes, like,
Me.
right out, and it's so cute.
I wanna try it when Henry's in a good mood, I wanna try putting him on his back and, like, holding him like an actual baby because he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
really like to be
Just
held, but he
make
loves
yeah.
cuddles, and I
My
think he would
biggest
love it.
thing is just the biggest thing is making sure that their butt and they feel supported. They
Yeah.
just have to feel supported. As long as they feel nice and supported, they generally don't panic too hard.
I
But they
wanna
need to
get
feel supported.
one
That's
of
like a
those
big thing for cats when they're being held.
that's why
That's
I
part of
wanna
the
get,
reason
like,
why I
the
hold
kitty
her.
king thing.
Yes,
I want
if you get one of those baby blankets that you wrap around yourself and tuck your child into,
yes.
you can do that for your kitty cat.
Yes,
I
yes.
wanna do that. I wanna get one of those and do that.
Harley will punch me in the face, but Henry will tolerate it for about 5 seconds, so I will
I
see.
had one of those hoodies that had a
See,
giant pocket.
I want it.
Mhm. There just wasn't a lot of support with it. That's what I didn't like about it,
It
is
sags.
when you put them in, it felt like it was just pulling the whole thing down, so
Yeah.
it wasn't very comfortable. Um, so I
That
wanna
makes
try the
sense.
swaddling thing though with the putting
Makes
the blanket on myself,
sense. Get over here,
tucking her in.
kitty.
I think if I could get Ruto in there, she'd actually end up enjoying it a lot.
Probably, yeah.
She loves being with me 24/7. It would save her a lot of pacing around and following me, you know, if mom gets up, she's already there with me, you know, she doesn't have to wonder where mom's going, she's already there. She already knows what's going on. She doesn't have to freak out.
Yeah, relax, kitty. It's okay.
I love her. I love her. She's a good girl.
Hmm. Well, thanks for bringing us a cat fact.
Yeah, doesn't say that
That's where
cat
this
fact
started.
managed to turn into us just talking about our cats.
And all I can think is I had a cat story to tell because something stupid happened. I know it was Henry. I just know it, but I can't remember what it was.
I know
It
which
was
one it was.
Henry because
Trust
he's
me,
a
I know.
stupid fucking idiot, and he's always doing the stupid shit. I love you.
I
Um,
love you, you stupid fucking idiot. Oh my
so I know it was
god.
him, but I can't remember it. So if I remember, I'll blurt it out. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. I know you will. So, you been up to anything, Laura?
Oh
Anything new?
gosh. Appreciate you checking in. Mark and I actually just got back from Kansas, where we went because his sister, his youngest sister, was getting, or younger sister, she's got a few sisters, younger sister just got married. I think she's like 25. And she is lovely. And her now husband is also lovely. And they're just so cute together. So we helped them set up for the wedding and then did wedding stuff. And it was a fun time. I got like a really pretty dress and matched it with Mark. And then I wore this thick ass like choker, and I felt like I was like Victorian because my dress also had that vibe, and I was loving
Absolutely. Fuck yes.
it. It was a good time.
That's
And
awesome.
that's about it because we got back on Monday, and then I had Tuesday off and did all my house and grown up stuff to get ready for today, which I have work.
Mhm.
my first day back, and it was a great day. Very busy. Wednesdays are my busiest days, but I
Same.
kind of love it. So makes the day go so fast.
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. I was gonna say, Wednesdays are usually my busier days too. I have a
Yes.
lot of like grocery stores that I hit on Wednesdays and stuff, so a lot to do in one day.
Absolutely, that's how I'm feeling. However, this Wednesday hit me on a good week because it is the week after my period, and I don't know, is it ovulation week? I don't know, but it just my energy is crazy when
I believe that means you're back at the beginning of
right.
the
I just don't know
cycle.
what that
That's
week is.
usually the first week, I'm pretty sure, of the full cycle is when you have the most energy, which I believe is the ovulation cycle because you're like, let's go, let's get fucked, let's have babies, let's go, let's produce, let's do this,
We
high
have
five.
all this energy. We can totally take on 10 kids. Let's do
And
this. And
then the
then the
next
3 weeks,
week,
I
it
am dead.
immediately starts to go downhill.
Immediately dead and pissed. So it's a
So
good time being a woman or a
I love
person
it.
with uterus.
I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast yet. I don't know if I've told you yet.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know,
I'm
girlfriend.
getting my tubes removed.
I don't think you have told me.
I don't think
Well,
I have told you. I told you I wanted to. I
okay,
know I
maybe
told
that's
you
the
I
conversation
wanted to.
we've had.
So, yes, I got the um I talked to my doctor about it right before she left me.
Oh.
I was like, "All right, before you leave me, I need this one thing from you. I need a referral, please." So yeah, I'm getting a tubal litigation done. They're doing the full like scalp injectomy. They're straight up removing my tubes.
Mhm.
Because that is the better option. It lowers your risk for ovarian cancer. And whereas I already have a risk for breast cancer because my mom has breast cancer,
Mhm.
it's just gonna lower those cancer chances
Which is
a lot.
always a good thing.
So and then at the same time, they're gonna be removing my IUD because I don't want my IUD anymore. Because my ultimate goal is to be able to donate eggs.
Mhm.
Because obviously I still got eggs. Just the tube that takes the egg to the fertilization area is gone.
So it can no longer fertilize.
Yeah, so they just get shed right out. Um, but that means I'm going to be experiencing my first full-blown period in almost 8 full years.
Holy crap, girl.
And I am not excited for it. I'm going to be recovering from the surgery and be heading into my first period in like 8 years all at the same time, and I'm like, yikes. I
Yikes
probably
for
should have
sure.
waited on the IUD, but I'm gonna be like knocked out. So I was like, I won't have to be awake for them like taking out
Taking
the
it out.
IUD. And I'm kind of cool with that because I've heard it really, really sucks to get taken out. I was fine when they put it in, but I have heard a lot of people say that even though they were fine when they put it in, they were not fine when they took it out. So I'm like, I don't want
Oh
to
boy.
experience it.
I don't want it.
But yeah, so
But
I'm getting my tubes out
maybe your
in
period
December.
won't come immediately though.
I'm hoping it'll take it. Well, it probably will take like a few days to a week for it to fully like, and it'll also probably depend on my body because my hormones are going to be all over the place,
Oh
basically.
yeah.
So it's going to depend, but I'm hoping I can get through the hurdles of the surgery recovery before the period starts.
Yes.
But they said it's not a super invasive. Like it's definitely I will be out of the hospital the same day.
That's good.
I'll be out of there the same day. And I can basically go back to work like the next day, but I'm gonna take a flex day, so I can take that day off. I've already told my boss I'm gonna need a day off for a minor surgery. Um, so I'm gonna just take like a day to recover, and if I need more, I'm sure I can easily call my boss and be like, I think I'm gonna need one more day. Can you cover my route for an extra day? But we'll find out because they already know I'm going to need help because I will be on weightlifting restrictions for like a month.
Mhm.
So I did make sure to tell them that. And I'm like, totally timed it right because this is gonna be right around one of our busiest times of year, fucking Christmas and New Year's, because
Yay!
I'm getting my tubes out
Yeah, you said sometime in December?
December, I think 12th. Hold on. There's a lot of things written on that day. Yep. December 12th. I get my tubes removed. So, they've she said like the worst part of the healing process is usually like the day after because you're very bloated because
Mm.
they kind of fill you up with a bunch of gas because they kind of like got to bloat you a bit to like get in there and do everything. I'm like, great. I was like, well, I've got plenty of experience with that.
Right.
So here we
Fantastic.
go. Like, here we go. But honestly, like I didn't have any problems getting approved.
I'm
Um,
surprised, honestly.
First person I went to, she said yes to me. Um, it definitely helped that because I mean, I was straight up with her. I was like, and she was very honest and straightforward with me. But I mean, I told her, I was like, I have no desire to birth a child, first of
Yeah,
all.
you've always said that if you end up wanting a kid, you just adopt.
She just took the words right out of my
Because
just ripped them out of my
you've
mouth.
always said that since I've known
Yeah.
you, so it's
Yeah.
like
I've
not.
said that my whole life. If I want kids, I am going to adopt. I am going to adopt or at least foster.
Mhm.
Um at the very least I would like to foster children, and if the right kid comes along and I'm able to adopt them, then fucking awesome. And it works out great. If not, then at the very least I'll be able to help some kids have a place,
Definitely.
even if it's for a short period of time in their life. But yeah, no, I told her, I was like, I have no desire to birth kids. I was like, my husband's already had a vasectomy. I was like, I just want this for me and my
Yeah,
peace of mind because I do have PTSD. I've got a history of sexual assault. So, it's also for my own peace of mind of like, it's sad and it's morbid, but if anything were to ever happen, that's something I don't have to worry about.
definitely.
Because that is something I had to worry about when that happened to me. Of course, we found out that it wasn't actually something that I needed to be worried about, but still, it's just one of those things, you know? It's one of those
Yeah,
things, one of
you
those
just
things
don't
that
wanna
I'm
think
just like,
about
it's
it.
one less thing that I have to worry about. And the
Yeah.
desire to birth a kid is just not there.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
I've, I was in the room when my sister gave birth to her daughter, her first child. No, thank you. Her birth was smooth. Don't get me wrong. She had a very smooth, straightforward birth.
Doesn't mean it's a great time.
Not for me. Not for me. Love it if it's for you. I support it. You do you, but
I,
no thank you.
as many of you probably have heard, I work with pregnant people. So the fact I've learned so much about pregnancy and birth and all of that stuff that it's honestly I wish I was one of those like TikTok moms where they plan this beautiful birth plan. They have all the breathing techniques like cuz it is beautiful. And that's I like help my
It is.
people do
It's
that stuff.
fucking beautiful.
But
It's
I
fantastic.
personally terrified.
No thank you.
And I have
Don't touch me with a
already
10-foot pole pregnancy. No thank you.
I'm fine with pregnancy. It's the birthing part that I cannot
That too, but
fathom.
no, I don't know. The pregnancy part really puts me off too. There's just a lot
It
that
is a
like
lot, but that's a lot I can deal with. I cannot
mm,
deal with shoving a baby out of my my vagina.
no, there's a lot of it that like the people that have been close to me recently that have had babies, that like watching them go through it and like like it's pain on another level that you're constantly in, and
Yeah,
I'm already in constant pain. I don't need it to get even worse for a year fucking straight and then some. No thank you. No, thank you. But if it's for other people, that's great. I
totally.
support it. I think it's a beautiful thing. Lovely, wonderful. I think it's great. Look, I want to donate my eggs. That is my
Yeah,
ultimate goal, is to be able to like get healthy and donate my eggs. And like I got to get back into exercising.
same Z's.
which that's
Samesies.
the whole thing. Especially if I want to be able to donate my eggs, I got to get back into my healthy regimen, my healthy lifestyle shit.
Yes, mostly just my movement. My eating is
Yes.
pretty
My
fun.
eating's fucking great. My
Yeah.
eating's been on par recently. It's the movement.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sedentary right now. And
Yeah.
Facebook's been hitting me of all the memories of me being skinny like
For
a
real.
year and a half ago. And I'm like,
Because we were killing it,
stop
dude.
reminding me of how hard the
I was
depression
so
and stress hit me. God
oh,
damn it. I'm like,
I was
stop
so
reminding.
strong.
I was like, oh, look at it. I was so strong. And it was just so great. My muscles were fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. Like, I'm not saying like I hate my body, blah blah blah. Like, no,
I was gonna say I like my
I've really
body.
grown to love my body
Oh,
where
I
it's
keep
at
on
right
talking.
now. It took me a bit. I was definitely in a not so great mental space when it came to my body, but that's because I have body dysmorphia already. Um, but I was doing really good with loving my body. Then when I gained back some weight, we had to adjust, but love my body still. But I want those muscles back, man.
I
I
know
was
that's
so
what I'm
strong.
pissed about is that like
So
I don't
strong.
mind my body. I like my curves, but
Yeah.
it's gonna take me so
Though I
long
am
to
gonna
get
say
back to how much I was lifting before in
none
terms of
of my
weight.
clothes fit me right now. I have like 3 pants that fit me, and that's part of the problem, and I'm like, I
Pissed
really need to
about
lose
it.
I really need to lose some weight just because I need to fit back into some of these clothes because,
Yeah.
like, I don't nee I it's too expensive, man.
It's
In
way
this
too
economy,
expensive for real. Jeans, especially pants, especially. Fuck the shit.
I can't afford shit right now. No, thank you. I can't buy a whole new wardrobe. Would I love to? Oh my god, yes. I already need to get new
Mhm,
shoes because
mhm.
I wear through shoes like fucking crazy because I walk so goddamn much. Um, and I'm like, "Shit, I need to get new shoes." I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it because I'm like, "Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get cheap ones. I gotta get decent ones. They're gonna last me." But oh, it's so expensive, man. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
like, I
is.
need to get back to working out purely so I can fit back into my clothes. Cause that's the problem we're having. I can't wear half my wardrobe right now.
I feel that. That was an issue for me, but I did buy some pants, so
Oh, well, I bought a
and
couple of pairs,
I've
but
had so many of my clothes for like 10, almost 15 years, and so I'm like over it, so I just keep throwing them away. Not I keep
that's
donating
the
them.
thing. I got rid of a bunch of my clothes that used to fit me when I was like a little bit bigger, but then I went through and I purged a bunch
Yeah.
and I didn't keep a couple pairs, just in case. Um,
The ones you just can't let go.
but didn't keep them, and yeah, no, now I'm like, wow, Kaylee, you should have kept a couple of those pants, huh? We're just a little big on you. All you need to do is hold on to them just in case you had
Joke's on you.
jokes on you, motherfucker.
Your positive mental health made you thought you would never be depressed again. Sucker.
And I knew I shouldn't have put myself into that mindset that I could never be depressed again. But here we are,
And
learning. We're learning, and that's what matters.
yes, we're going with the ebbs and flows of life. So good thing we're
Exactly.
life and health coaches, all right? You're
Hey,
here
did we
at the
mention
correct
have we told you
podcast.
guys that we
Mm.
are health and life coaches?
Oh
Have
my
we revealed
god.
that tidbit about ourselves yet? I don't think we actually have. Okay, first
I
of all, we
think
haven't
we
even
have.
we've only hinted at the fact and partially talked about the fact that we had a previous podcast.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's still up, it's still running, it's still out
Yeah, go
there. I
check
don't
it
know if
out.
we're ever
Check
gonna
it
tell you the name of it. That's well,
out.
I don't know if we want to.
Somebody else put it together then. Go find it. The very
Find it. You know what?
obscure
That's the challenge.
podcast.
Find it. Find it. That's what I want you to do. You know what?
Find it.
You know we're health and life coaches. That's a big hint for you. There you go. Find it. See if you can find the podcast. But yes, we did have another podcast where we were doing health and life coaching stuff, and that was our focus. But it got a bit more stressful for us than we wanted it to be because we wanted to put out accurate, correct information, and we wanted to make sure we weren't going to upset people and offend people. Of course, it's a sensitive topic. Health is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. And we
Sorry, I was just thinking about how intense we were,
we
even on that podcast.
I know we were very intense.
Very passionate, I shall say.
Yeah, and we started taking it a lot more seriously than we had originally planned to. That's for sure. But also, there's a lot of work that goes into making sure you're putting out factual information, and making sure you're not just giving someone bullshit, fucking false information when it comes to people's health. And we took it very seriously, and it got to be a bit too much for us. We we got into a bit of a little tiffy tiff, talked it out, and then we were like, let's take some time off. Let's regroup. Let's just take a breather. We're too stressed out from all of this. We were not supposed to get this stressed out by it, And then we took a breather, and now we're back. We're doing our thing. But we're having fun.
Yes.
We're having fun, and we're not going to be as PC as we were trying to be in the other one. That's for sure.
Because I feel like we can be both things. Like, I think we can
Yes.
be understandable of all the things and accepting of all the things, but also be a little shitty and funny all at the same time.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is because we are shitty and funny, but we are very open, understanding people. And that, I think, is what we ultimately like want to still try and like create for people, is a space that you can come to and talk and feel comfortable. Just like we tried to create over there, but we want to do it here in a bit more open, lighthearted kind of way. And we're always here to learn. So if we do ever say something that's like not right, or like totally not okay to say anymore, please educate us. Happy to learn. I'm always happy to learn that I'm not supposed to use certain terms or say certain things, and then teach myself to try and not do that anymore.
Right. Like, I will say, again, I'm a big gray area kind of a gal.
Yeah,
So
same,
so I
yeah.
feel like
Love a gray area.
all the gray areas. So I feel like if you're getting upset because we genuinely said something that was truly offensive, please, yes, let us know. But if you're pissed because I said that bald guys are gross, then you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. We're allowed to have our opinions at the end of the day. But that's the thing, is if we truly say something that's like not good, not okay,
Right.
like, or we get something wrong,
That's
please
fine.
happily correct us. We're happy to learn, because we try to be as open and inclusive as much as we can towards other people. Because we are those kind of people who also like to feel like we're allowed to be in a certain space, because we're a little weird and different.
Yes. And yet she says this, yet she ended one of our podcasts with just saying, fuck you. So.
It's an endearing, loving fuck you. If you haven't figured that out at this point, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Oh, we got her going. We got her going. She's in the shelf now. Oh dear Lord.
Rudo keeps like popping her head up and looking at me like, Mom, are you
Can
good?
you stop?
Like, it's because we accidentally trained her. Like accidentally training your pet to do something. So one of the video games Nick plays, I feel like I've mentioned this before on here, but one of the video games that Nick plays is like a medieval person versus like PvP kind of like video game. And they have like war cries that they do when they're like charging at people to like attack, and they're so bad. It's like like that.
She looks at you.
So we accidentally trained her to come to me when I do that, when I yell really loudly, like when I do like almost like a war cry. So now whenever I get really excited or I start getting really like, oh my god, like she will like start coming to me and looking at me and being like,
Like, are
mom,
you
mom,
okay?
mom, are you good? Like she always comes right up to me. She gets like right in my face. She meows at me. She like paws at me. She's just like, "Are you okay, mom?" And then she'll immediately lay down on my lap and just
Oh,
like
I
sit
bring
and
you
she'll like
comfort.
snuggle on my lap. So I always feel bad when I when I'm getting excited over something or I'm doing like I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm fine.
So
I'm fine.
sorry. Everything's good. It's
Like, I'm
okay.
fine. I'm fine. I promise. Yeah.
I don't I don't think I have any of like any random stuff like that with the cats, so that's
Yeah, it was an
very
accidental
interesting. I
thing.
like this.
Literally, it's so effective for her. It's so great. It's so great. But yeah, no, I was literally just sitting there making fun of the game, making the noises, and she just started coming to me whenever I was doing it. And I was like, is this a thing now? It's a thing now. It's
Hey,
a thing.
hey. I would really double down though and like go in the other room and then start
Oh yeah, no,
specifically
I'll do
doing
it
the
from the bedroom.
ah!
If I'm in the bedroom and I want her to come lay down and snuggle with me, I'll lay there and I'll be like, Rudolph, and I'll keep doing it until she comes to me, or I'll just be laying there like, Rudolph.
Stay still.
She's looking at me like,
She's like,
Mom,
I'm
I'm
already
She's like,
here.
Mom, I'm right here. I need you to fucking stop. What is happening to you right now? What is going
Are you
on?
possessed, Mom?
She's like, it's a good thing I came and laid on your lap because you are freaking out.
You're struggling,
You
honey.
go girl. You go girl. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, what do
We're
you
about
think?
we're about 40-ish minutes in. Should probably get going on those do you have anything today, Laura?
It's like a kind of. It's always kind
It's
of
like
a.
a kind of.
It's always a kind of. If I'm being honest.
Okay, mine was like when I was researching for I think the last one we recorded, this like popped up randomly and I saw it and I was like, maybe I'll do an episode on that. And I
And here
didn't
we
have
are.
anything. And now here we are doing it and it's you'll find out.
Good.
Cool.
Good. Good.
Well, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? I don't remember who went first last time, so.
I don't remember who went first last time, but I'm feeling anxious about mine because it's not planned out in the slightest. So,
Oh, my trust me, I'm gonna be like cold reading articles,
um,
so.
that's where we differ. I do not have articles yet.
Oh.
Give me a hot taco because I don't know where this conversation is going to go, and I think that's the problem. It's a
Do we ever know where the conversation is gonna go?
no, definitely
I didn't think so.
not.
All right, so I guess I can go first.
Okay, and then I can. Yep.
All right, it's um
Yes, I cannot wait. You're already laughing.
so weird. It's so weird, dude. It's so weird.
I'm here for it.
We're talking about the history of gelatin.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it because I
We're
do want to
talking about the
know
history.
where the horse hooves and pigskin came from.
We are talking
Thank
about
you.
the
Yes.
history of gelatin. All right.
Thank you, yes.
I was also curious about the history of gelatin and like how
I'm just sometimes just thinking, and I'm just curious about gelatin.
like how did we get
Hmm.
here?
Hmm.
How did we get here with this thing? It's like how Coca-Cola used to be a medicine.
Yeah.
How did we get here?
And why are we still doing it with the gelatin?
um,
Anything with gelatin, kind of gross.
okay, goodbye. So we are gonna talk
She
about.
says, "I cannot help your panic. No longer."
It's okay. I need to get closer to be able to read. Okay. Let's scoot this over here so I can read this screen. So I am just going to read right off of these articles as per usual because we are lazy. We do not do our own work. We cite our
Mm-mm.
sources. Those will be linked in the description. You can get it there. Um, but I've got a couple of sources here. I'm trying to decide which one I want. Okay. So the word gelatin is derived from the Latin word gelatus, which means to freeze. Don't ask me. Um, so our ancient Egyptian ancestors had already figured out the value of using the jelly-like material produced by cooking animals. Um, Ancient Egyptians extracted a primitive form of gelatin by boiling animals' skins and bones to make a collagen and glue to use in their daily lives. So they used the glue to stick together their clothes and furniture. And ancient Egyptians also cooked up the bone based broths and ate the cooled down extractions coming out of the boiling process, which was probably the first time gelatin was basically ever produced as a food product. So this shit goes back to like the 1700s, I believe. No, 1600s of when gelatin first came into existence,
Well,
basically.
it was a poor choice then and it's a poor choice now. However, it maybe it had been a necessity then, so I get it. But now, what
It
are we still
actually
doing?
was a big necessity, and I can actually see why it can still be a pretty big necessity for
That's it.
certain age groups of people, specifically like older people. You'll find out as we read more and I tell you more about gelatin.
I'm gonna fuck you up, Kaylee. I'll fuck you
Get over it.
up.
Get over it.
I can't. I literally had chills when you were reading that.
I know it's gross, but
Disgusting.
sometimes certain things are necessary.
Got it. Sorry.
So, traces of gelatin were found in a pharaoh's grave in the form of glue, and this was the first time in history to basically produce gelatin manually, essentially. Um, it was in So there are records of a type of savory jelly having been made and served in the royal courts in England in the Middle Ages as well. It was probably basically the first functional form of food used in Europe. So when gelatin was discovered in 1682 by Denis Papin, a Frenchman, um, while conducting experiments and research on the subject, it resulted in the discovery of a method of removing the glutinous material in animal bones by boiling. His experiments resulted in a method of removing. Oh God, no, I already read that. It has no taste and no odor, and when combined with liquid, no color, but it is pure protein, which is why it can be an essential form of food, is because it is pure protein when you make it from animals and stuff. So I can see why, even in this day and age, in certain situations, it could be a necessity. Maybe not so much nowadays because we've formed a lot more food where we can steer away from it, but like for older people and stuff where they need to get more like proteins and stuff like that. And I could see that. But yeah, back in the day, it was actually a very useful thing. Still gross. Definitely not saying it wasn't gross, especially back in these days. Fucking disgust. I don't want what the kind of gelatin these people had. Cause you know that shit was not filtered.
I'm picturing it. I my brain pictures it, and
Mm-mm.
and and also, it's like, yes, you're very inventive, but also, where's the line between you're an inventor and you're a psychopath when you're like, yes, let's boil these bones in skin to see what happens?
Well, they probably had extra left over and probably wanted to figure out if it can be utilized in an edible way instead of wasting it, it was probably scraps that were left over. And instead of wasting them, they found a way to utilize what was left.
I get it. It's
I'm not saying it's not.
disgusting.
I'm not debating the fact that it's gross for you. Not at all. Not at all. It's fucking gross, but
Give me
it
the
was
literal
a
chills.
necessary thing.
Of course.
So in
Continue.
the early part of the 19th century, food manufacturers had been experimenting with gelatin, but none were able to come up with an appealing and usable product.
Shocker. Shocker.
Gelatin is used in culture media for determining gelatinolysis.
Got it.
Gelatinolysis. Gelatinolysis. Gelatinous. Gelatinoless. I'm not sure. By bacteria. Gelatin was the first gelling agent used to solidify liquid culture media. Thus, bacterial counts could be determined and isolated, and isolation of pure cultures obtained. So in 1881, Robert Koch demonstrated a new technique at the International Medical Congress in London. He evaluated media such as coagulated egg, albumin, starch paste, and and
Coagulated.
I
Oh.
know, I know, I don't like coagulated anything. And aseptically cut slice of a potato. Then moved to a meat extract with added gelatin. The resulting nutrient gelatin was poured into a flat glass plate, which were inoculated and placed under a bell jar. However, when using gelatin, incubation temperatures of 20 degrees Celsius, don't ask me what that is in Fahrenheit, was required, and it was observed that many organisms were capable of liquefying the gelatin. Agar eventually replaced the gelatin as a solidifying agent. Did you understand any of what I just told you? Do you know what a petri dish is?
Oh, yes.
That's basically what I was just talking about.
Why in so many words? They didn't need to
I
do
don't
that.
know.
They didn't need to
I
do
didn't
that
write
to
this
us.
article. I didn't write this article. But
Petri dish,
I'm pretty
bitch.
sure that's what they're talking about is a petri dish. Is for like how you get the bacteria to be able to spread
Yeah.
across it and stuff. Yeah,
I've
that's
been in
what they
eighth
were
grade
describing.
biology. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. So that little gelatin material was originally straight up gelatin, like a gelatin material, and then they swapped to using agar because gelatin can be liquefied by certain organisms. Agar cannot, apparently. Who knew?
Very interesting.
So during the 1800s to 1815, nutritional value of gelatin was recognized as early as the Napoleonic Wars, when the French used it as a source of protein during the English blockade. In 1833, the first gelatin capsules started to be used to help mask the taste of unpalatable medicines. The first factory specializing in producing these capsules started production in the 1870s. And in 1845, Peter Cooper secured a patent for gelatin dessert powder called portable gelatin. His invention was a basic edible gelatin that had no flavor to it, but the product was allowed sweetness and flavoring to be added to it by using fruit juices and sugar.
Classic.
Then in 19 not 19 not 19 in 1895, Pearl B. Waite, a cough syrup manufacturer from Leroy, New York, who dealt in patents, bought the patent from Peter Cooper. By adding fruit syrup to gelatin, Waite turned Cooper's gelatin dessert into a prepackaged commercial product. Mr. Waite's wife eventually changed the name of the product to Jello. Um, but yeah, so during both the First and Second World Wars, it was extensively used in various medical procedures. It also has been found to be useful in a long list of diseases. Today, it is extensively used in the food, beauty, healthcare, and pharmaceutical industries, amongst others. Today, gelatin is one of the main ingredients in other products in many different industries. It is a widely used product in the food industry, pharmaceutical. Okay, they just keep telling me about different industries it's in. Okay. It is also important to know that gelatin has become a famous and widely used product because of its nutritional benefit. It was universally acclaimed as one of the most nutritious food products by the French and was extensively used as a source of protein, especially during the Napoleonic Wars, to feed both the French army and civilians when food was scarce. And this was the case especially during the siege of Paris. A doctor by the name of Gerard put his patients on a gelatin nutritional diet, and they survived the siege in good health.
Hot damn.
It is worth noting that before the production of the packaged gelatin, it was almost impossible to make good recipes that included gelatin. One had to boil the bones and skins of animals in a lengthy and laborious process for hours and hours in order to extract the gelatin and use it to cook a delicious recipe. When packaged gelatin was introduced in the 1950s, it allowed people to cook fancy desserts with minimum effort. And that, my friends, is my history on gelatin.
Well, that was definitely something. Definitely the history of gelatin, that's for sure. Um, and if I didn't like Jello before, I like it
I
even less
definitely don't like
now.
it now.
I cannot look at Jello without thinking of the glob stuff that it was probably
all I
back
can
in the
think
day.
all I can think of is the process and the coagulated
Ugh,
things.
I
Like
can't.
that's what I just view and think of the process of making gelatin is like the coagulation part. Um and I know we said we don't like the word coagulate, and I keep saying
As
it,
we
but
continue to torture my ears, yes.
it's torturing my own ears as I say it. But so I found this little picture that we can use probably on Instagram here that is the evolution of gelatin. I'm going to share my screen really quick with you, Laura, so you can see it. This one is the evolution of gelatin. So we start at 8,000 to 4,000 years ago. It started as a natural glue. 500 years ago, a food ingredient at the English royal court. 1682, pressure cookers makes obtaining gelatin easier. In 1803 to 1815 to 1815, protein source in times of war. 1833, we had the creation of gelatin capsules. In 1875, industrialization of gelatin production began. In 1880, it became a part of the photographic process, I assume. I don't know, it just says
Yeah, we
photographic
were
process.
told
So,
that, so that's
um,
cool.
in 1890 is when household packs were introduced. In 1914 to 1945, a blood plasma expander sponge against surgical bleeding was used. That's how it was used, apparently. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
It's just what it says. You get this will be posted on our social media, so you'll be able to see. It's like a little map trail thing with all these little points on here.
Map trail thing.
1970 to 1990, it became a part of the beauty and healthcare sector. Today, multi-use of gelatin in many applications, and future, it is the driver for health and nutrition, clean label, biochemical, and sustainable products. So yeah, that is our little history lesson on gelatin.
I very much appreciate that. That was something I never thought I would learn. So,
Honestly, I
excuse me.
didn't expect to decide to talk about the history of gelatin
I
today, not gonna
love
lie
it though. I love how random it is. Makes me want to do other random histories of like how it's made basically, but here on our podcast. While Kaylee potentially chokes and dies.
I'm sorry. I swallowed it wrong.
Seems like a really bad time.
I swallowed my liquid wrong.
Yeah, be careful doing it again. You're so funny.
Thank you. I'm trying to make a living out of it.
You're reminding me of a little kid I work with today.
Oh.
Because he was smelling flowers. He was going.
That's adorable.
I was like,
Fucking
okay,
adorable.
it is cute. It is cracking me up. I have to turn my Wi-Fi on my phone, so it might fuck things up. We never know.
Shit might get crazy, folks. I
Shit
hope you're
might
ready
get
because shit
crazy.
literally might get crazy and there might be a lot of freezing happening. Wish us luck.
We shall see. But I was trying.
One day maybe we'll have the technology thing down, but who knows?
Maybe. I mean, I highly doubt it.
Look, one day maybe we'll be able to record in the same room together, but we'll cross this bridge when we get to it.
That would be so nice. That'd be
That's
so
like
nice.
all I want. That's all I want.
And
Is to have a little office halfway between us
I don't
that
like to be
like
so
we can
damn
just
echoey.
drive to whenever we want, record. Whether you're there or not, I can just go to the office and work. It's
That'd be
our
so
little space.
cool.
Our little
Do we
space.
know anyone who lives in between you and I? And we can
I
just
don't think
like
so. You're the only person I know that lives in Mass, and I don't know anybody that lives in the
in
New
New Hampshire.
Hampshire area. Also, I'm
Anyone I
so
like.
like not that's between us. Not that's between us because we're not that far apart from each other. We're 2 hours, so we would need someone who's like at least an hour from each of us. But I don't know anybody that lives an hour away from me.
Not in
That
that
would be like
direction, no.
that would be an hour away from you as well, like in this direction. Like I don't know anybody that lives in the area. And the only reason I know you is because of school.
Right.
And
I
it just so
wonder,
happens that you lived in New England.
which is kind of weird, but
What are the chances?
I'm a
What
big
are the
fan. But my aunt actually lives in Maine as well, but she's I think closer than you. But I can't remember from how much because she was actually weirdly close. Because she used to live in New York City and that was a 4 hour
I
drive.
feel like in York or something, or like Elliott or somewheres around there, because that's like the furthest from me, but still in Maine,
Okay.
is like York, Elliott. That's like bottom of Maine, like that's around the border of Maine area.
And how long would that take you to get there?
Half an hour,
Hmm.
40 minutes.
I'll have to check in, see what it is, see what she says.
Find out where she lives. Find out
Yes.
where she lives.
I haven't been there yet, so I'm excited to go there because someone's got to drive for the first time so I can see how that ride is. But I actually drove in Kansas pretty well because Mark needed help a few times.
Ooh,
We were
our
trying
girl
to.
drove in a new
I know, but
place.
it's like it actually reminded me of like the town I work in and kind of where my brother lives. It's like city-ish, but not too city that I'm like terrified. I still can't do like a Boston or New York type deal, but I was like, this was cool.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck yeah. I know, right? Like, high five.
yeah. um,
That's awesome.
yes. Anyways, I get off track.
We always do. Story of our lives. What else is new?
Um, so today I was
What are
trying
we
to
talking about?
brainstorm with Marcus about what I should talk about today because I was like, I don't know. I'm running dry and we're only on episode whatever. But
This would be episode 11 now.
well, on my page it says 14, so fuck.
Wait, 14? recording?
Yeah.
According to the recordings I have. So that would be 9, 10, 11. I don't know where you're getting 14
Well,
from.
this would be 12 technically, right?
This would be, yeah, this would technically be 12, so now it's 11. Yeah. The previous one is the one we recorded last is 10. So yeah, this
We'll
would be 11.
have to figure this out after. God damn it.
We're one behind.
Well, yes, but
It's
I don't know
11.
where I fucked up in my notes. I thought I had
I
this
don't know
down
where
pat.
you got
So we're
14.
gonna have to figure this out
I don't
after.
know. I don't know where this bitch got
Let's check.
14, but we ain't nowhere
Listen.
near 14.
Listen. I don't know,
Continue.
man. We'll figure it out. Moving along. Moving
Okay,
along.
anyways. What are we so
Mark and I were talking, anyways, and I don't know if you've ever heard me say this, but I've had apocalyptic dreams for like 2 or 3 years now. Like nothing else but apocalyptic dreams.
okay.
And Mark's been talking recently for the past like 6 months to a year. He's also had a lot of apocalyptic dreams. And we're
Okay.
like, I can't believe we never looked up like what that meant. And so
Mhm.
it got me thinking, I want to like talk about our dreams and I want to look up what some of them are meaning. And I wonder, are you someone who can I can't remember my dreams as much anymore because they're
Not as much as I used
so
to.
vivid and
I
then I wake
used
up
to be
and
able
they're
to remember
gone.
them. I have vivid dreams, but I can never remember them very
No.
well. I
I
can
just
remember like
I get the I
general
know
I know like
sorry.
general basics of like what happens in
Yeah.
most of my dreams. But for the most part, I can never really remember them. I have some recurring dreams from like my childhood that I can definitely
Yes.
remember
And I
and
want
like
to
a
look
couple
up why we
others.
get recurring dreams too.
But yeah, no, like I sadly can never remember my dreams. Sometimes I can remember them when I wake up, but
I
other
got
times
bits and
soon as
pieces, but it's
yeah,
never a
but
full
sometimes
dream.
as soon as I wake up, it's
It's
all
gone.
gone, and I'm like,
But I have the feelings, about like
yes.
around what that dream was
Nick
about.
Nick has crazy fucking dreams. He has vivid dreams, and he always remembers, like, every detail when he wakes up.
I would
He's
love
always
that.
telling me about his dreams, and I'm just like, "Oh my god." That's also my, one of my best friends, Hope, whose wedding we just had.
Mhm.
She, um she has vivid, crazy dreams. It's
I
insane.
I used to I mean, I've always had crazy dreams and a lot of dreams, but oh, hi, baby
Honey!
girl. What you doing? I always know to look behind me because your face like lights up when you see the kitty.
Like, I think
You
Imma
gotta
hang out,
lay right
you
here.
know,
That's
maybe I'll hang out right here, Ma, I don't know.
right. Oh, sir. Hey, stop watching her.
Leave her alone.
I'll fuck you up.
Leave her alone, troublemaker.
That's right. But
I'll reach through the screen, mister.
yes, he likes to try to like intimidate her and just stares at her.
Mhm.
It was rude as shit.
Mhm.
Um,
It is.
I got you, Harley. You can stare at this piece of fucking paper, Henry. Um, what were I saying? Oh, I've always had crazy dreams, but it wasn't until like adulthood where I stopped remembering them.
Yeah, like, honestly, it's probably I'd say, like, the past, like, few years, I just don't remember them as well. Like, I don't know, maybe the past 5, 6 years, like, it's just been, like, I remember parts, I remember pieces, like,
Exactly.
sometimes I can remember details, but, like, it goes away quick. I lose them fast. I lose them
Definitely.
fast.
It's like I have to write them down immediately, and even then, the finding the notebook and writing it down, it would just be
Gotta
slowly
keep it,
being
like,
pulled
right by
from
your
me.
bed. You gotta keep one right by your bed in grabbing distance so that, like, pen ready to go, like, already, like, ready to go, just, like, pick it up, open, like, start writing. That's, like, the only way to be able to do any of it.
I
And even then, I
know.
would still start losing it
And it's so
if I were
funny
to do
because
that.
but dreams are so wild though
They
because
are.
I've written one of my I wonder if I still have it in here. Hold on.
Oh god.
Cuz I wrote
Dreams
down
get wild. And what's really crazy to me with dreams is when you know you're in a certain place, but it doesn't look like that place. Or you know you're talking to someone specific,
Yeah, but
but
it's
it
not
doesn't look
them.
like them.
Or I
Or
have
like
like a lot of no face situation. Like it's
I
just no
love
one. It's
I
blurred.
love when it's like you're someone like on a TV set suddenly, like you walk through a door and you're like in a completely different place. Like
I
you go from like a living room
know,
to
but
like
it's
a
so
high school
normal.
gymnasium and it's like
So normal.
totally normal.
I'm like, oh, I guess we're here now.
And like half the time I'm conscious of I'm like, oh, we're suddenly in a gymnasium. Why are we in a gymnasium? What's
Right.
happening?
What are we doing here? And then something happens and I just like go along with it and I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
this is
it's like I'm
normal.
like, where's this going?
Yeah, I'm just
Where's this
here for the
going?
ride. Here for the ride, guys.
I'm here to see what's going down.
Have you ever had apocalyptic dreams?
I feel like I have. I feel like I definitely have.
Okay.
Like not a lot, but I've had like a few.
Yeah.
I've had a few.
Mark's are a little different than because his seemed to be like a whole story.
Mm.
Mine, I am just often just like in it, like surviving off the land type of dreams.
I feel like that's how Nick's are usually, is like his are just like he's in it, he's
Right. So I don't
surviving.
know,
Like
I often
he's
don't know what the apocalypse is, but I just know I'm in it.
I
And
just know I'm
I'm
trying
in
not
it.
to die,
Die,
okay?
basically. And honey, I
I just
have
know
many times.
I gotta survive.
But I've also had like zombie dreams. I've had robot taking over dreams. I've had tsunami dreams.
Ooh.
Ooh, honey, that one's always terrifying. I've had that one a few times.
Ugh, no
There's really
thank you.
nothing you can do. I just stand there.
Well, yeah, there's nothing you can do. What are you supposed to
I'm
do?
just like, I guess we're here for a tsunami.
There's a big wall of water coming at me. I have nowheres to go to be able to escape it feasibly. What am I supposed to This is it. I'm just gonna stay. No,
I'm just
no.
gonna go for a nice swim. Hopefully the
Wake me up. Let's start over. Come on,
yeah,
wake me up.
please, please. I've had this was when I was a kid, but I had this dream that a T-Rex was trying to eat me, but this T-Rex was so big. But now that I'm remembering it, I was also in my dad's bathroom and this T-Rex was trying to eat me. So it really wasn't that big, but I don't know how it fit in there. Like my brain can't I don't know what it did, but it was terrifying. However, dreams are so wild. Um and I woke up one time and wrote down this dream because it was like so weird and it was one that actually stuck with me. And then I remember reading it a couple weeks ago again and it's so stupid. So stupid.
They really are
Basically
though.
doesn't make sense.
They're really stupid, especially when you write them down in a
Right.
cohesive writing
Yes.
and you're like,
But it
this
was so
doesn't make
intense.
any
But I was
sense.
like, and this actually sounds really dumb and it was a really cool dream. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm debating reading it. But
It's okay. If you don't end up wanting it in here, I can always cut it.
I just have no idea what it's going to say because I cannot remember what this says. I just one line I read and I'm like, "Oh, great. I wonder where this goes."
Well, you can
So,
start, and if you don't like
okay.
where it's going and you want to be like, never mind, then we can just never mind.
Okay. So, again, I apologize for my half asleep stupid dreams because this is actually seeming stupid and not making any sense. But I got kidnapped and taken to this faraway bunker. Again, I'm telling you, I am just forever in like action packed apocalyptic I'm gonna die
You
dreams.
get no rest. You get no
No,
peace. You get
no.
no peace.
I have a theory
No
around
peace
it though.
for
We'll
Laura.
get to that. But I didn't know this was in here until now, so but there are many other people there. We are living like it's a school or a home situation. They teach us, we do chores, feed us, and we can't screw up or they hurt or kill you. So it's like I'm in a prison cult. Mark and I, and then it's just like a space, like a whole enter button, and then it's just Mark and I had a baby. They took the baby away from us. Another
Wow, rude.
another enter. Mark and I and others escaped and stayed with a woman who was helping us with a place to sleep for the night. But we found out she is the one that ended up adopting our child. We try to find
Plot twist.
we are trying to find more paperwork that it is our child to prove that it's our child, and we did. And then we try to come up with a plan to take our baby back. Eventually we're driving in a car and we get pulled over and the cops ask us questions that no one wants to answer. I don't remember what these questions are if I'm being
It's okay.
I specify, I guess, about where we've been, where we're going and why we look the way we do. Because we're probably all looking tattered because we've been in basically prison. Um, they end up letting us go. We stop in at this store where this gentle looking woman starts also asking those types of
Don't trust
questions.
the gentle-looking women.
I know she also starts asking those questions, but seeming to be more like to be friendly than authoritative.
Mm, mm.
She starts to have this creepy way about her, a weird smile. I would picture kind of like the Smile movie smile. Yeah, that's what I think it was like. And even though we are telling her like these terrible things these people have done to us,
I
and
just need to
have
interject real quick.
yes,
I am emotionally damaged from that movie. Thank you. All
it's
right.
a
Continue.
terrifying movie.
Emotional damage. Oh my god.
So sorry to give you PTSD on that one.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
But even though we were telling her the terrible things that happened to us and have like we're like crying and are like scared and we are showing it, she's still having that creepy smile.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
I say out loud to everyone else in the group that she is one of them and we can't trust her and have to leave. She turns to me with that smile and denies that's what's going on. They all see it and we run and get into our car. We back up to leave, and the lady is already on a video chat. I guess that's where my brain is going, talking and smiling and laughing. Again, who laughs after someone told them that news? She's just chilling.
Weird. Creepy. Don't trust the gentle-looking women.
And then I think this was just a little bit of the end that I remembered that it just like not really connected to anything. Because it starts with so and so and so and so. That's me and my stupidness being like the whole group. Got it. The whole group go down an alley with chairs and a table and pictures. And there's a picture of that lady with my brain.
You're
Fuck this
freezing
one
up a
up.
little.
Well, good, because this is fucking rough, the ending. Um, But we go down an alley where there's chairs and tables and like pictures and whatever, and there's a picture of that lady with the main person that captured us. So then we start to
Mm.
run, and it just says we can't trust anyone. I was so dramatic in the middle of the night. So that is.
Wow. Wow.
So I get
Quite
no
the
rest.
dream.
So you're welcome for that. You're welcome for that.
No peace. No peace for Laura.
But I've been on anxiety medicine for about 2 months now, and if not more, and I have had way less apocalyptic dreams. So my brain is telling me that it's probably stress and anxiety. So then I look at Mark and I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Oh my god, that's so great.
Yeah, but
Gotta love it.
there's a lot of reasons you could be having apocalyptic dreams. You can look them up if you're having them. You can pick which one you want because apparently there's 900 different reasons.
Wow, big surprise. There's about a million different reasons for all these different things.
Right. So a lot of it could be
Let
stress.
me just make one thing clear. Stress is almost always gonna be a big
Big
indicator of why
factor.
you're having a crazy fucking dream.
Big
Let me just
factor.
put that out there right now. Stress is always gonna be a big indicator.
You sound like you're crying. Stress is just always going to be a big
Stress is just always gonna
indicator.
be there. It's there, okay?
Stress is there. That's the problem.
Hi, it's me. I'm the
I'm
problem.
stressed out. Mark's probably like, what the fuck is even happening?
Nick's not even home tonight,
Well,
so
then he will have to listen to our chaos.
he better fucking listen to it. I don't even know if he listens to it. It's okay. He doesn't
That's
have to
okay.
listen to it.
Nah, I was just saying.
He
He
doesn't have to.
missed. He missed a lot. Um. However, I was wondering if you would like to tell us any of your dreams,
I don't remember a lot of my dreams, sadly.
even your
There's
little kid ones.
I like I said, I can remember a reoccurring one that I used to have, but I can never tell it well because I can never remember enough of it. All I know is
Sorry.
that it takes place in the house I grew up in. Um and I have to try to explain the layout to our house. So our living room and kitchen was like a partial open concept, okay? Stick with me here. So there was like an opening on each side and then there was like a wall in the middle.
Yeah.
It was like a partially open. So it kind of like did this big circle
Oh, yeah.
essentially. Um so we and then you'd go down and then there was a hallway. Um and in the dream I'm like sitting in we had like these big windows um on one of our walls, and there was a couch against that, and then across from that was like our recliner, which was against the wall that
Mhm.
separated the kitchen and the living room. And I'm sitting in like the recliner or something like that, and I look out the window. I always get the chills when I talk about this dream. And there's just this figure in like a black mask, and like it's really creepy, and they're just standing there just ominously. So
I
like I
have
get
had
out
dreams
of
like that, and I don't like it.
this is my reoccurring one that
Ugh.
I had it like at least 3 times. And I like see them, I get freaked out because like, and there's like a car parked behind, like there's like a car parked on the road because our house was pretty close to the road. Like you could see the road from our window and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like parked on the side of the road and like just like standing in front of a car. And then like sometimes when I'd look out the window, there wasn't a car, but that's just weird dream things that were
Yeah.
happening. Um, and weird dream things.
Yeah, totally
Um,
normal.
So, like, I, like, got out of the recliner and, like, I crawl on the floor over to the couch, like, hide, like, being all, like, stealthy, and, like, I, like, get on the couch and, like, I peek out the window, and I think he, like, moves a little closer, and then I get really freaked out and, like, back up, and then suddenly in some of the reoccurring dreams, I think only in, like, 1 or 2 of them, I think one of them it didn't happen, but in, like, a couple of the times that it happened, I go behind the wall and, like, the house starts getting shot at. It's really weird. Like shootout style, like, there's, like, a group of like, there's a bunch of people out there holding guns just, like,
Mowing you
spraying into the
down.
house. But it only happened, I think, in 1 or 2 of the occurrences that I had this dream. But then I run down the hallway and I run to my room, which is also looking out at the road. And I like go up to my window and I like peek out the window, and he's like right there.
Yikes.
And it's like, oh my god, it's like one of those like fucking things. And I almost always wake up around that point, and it like feels like it's taking forever when this is happening. Like it's all happening
Yes.
really slowly. It's
Makes it even more fun. It's your own
so
personal torture.
yeah, one of the that's the reoccurring dream I had when I was younger. But otherwise, I don't really have a lot of apocalyptic dreams. I have a lot of weird dreams. They get pretty fantasy
Mm,
sometimes.
I love those. I wish I had more of those.
They get kind of like that, but otherwise it's usually like me and like a bunch of my friends or family in some situation, and like Nick and I together doing something like in some form of situation we're either trying to get out of, or we're like fighting with each other or something. Like it's always something along those lines, or like
Yeah.
I'm with a group of friends doing some weird
Of
thing.
course, it always has
It's
to be
just some
weird.
weird situation that doesn't make any sense. And then other times they get very fantasy kind of.
I want more fantasy ones.
Yeah.
And when I started reading I don't know any of the titles of the books I read because I don't read the titles, I read the fucking books.
I
Um,
don't read the titles, I read the fucking book. That's
um
a quote by Laura, okay? I don't know the title because I don't read the fucking title, I
I
read the
read the fucking
fucking book.
books. But it's like the House of Glass or the Throne of Glass, the one with I don't know, the one they've been really we've talked about them on here before, I
Oh,
think,
yeah,
that
yeah,
you've
yeah,
read
yeah,
it
yeah,
too
yeah, yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
started
yeah, like,
to.
Court of Thorns and Roses and
Yes,
stuff.
thank
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. The
Thank
book I
you.
need to finish reading.
Yes,
I looked at the audio where I have the audiobook,
yes.
literally halfway.
Okay, well, you
Literally
need to finish it
halfway.
because there's 4 other books.
Literally stopped halfway, and I'm like, "Yep, yep, I need to finish this."
Gotta finish it. But,
Yes.
when I started reading those books, I was still having apocalyptic dreams, but now they were in the fantasy land, which I
Crossover.
kind of like better if I'm being
Crossover
honest.
episode.
So I was like, "This is cool."
Crossover episode.
But I was looking up why you may have reoccurring dreams, but experiencing reoccurring dreams may point at underlying issues regardless of the dream's content. Adults who experience frequent reoccurring dreams tend to have worse psychological health than those who do not, and many experts theorize that these dreams may be a way to work through unmet needs or process trauma. So I want to do about in kids
I mean, I had that reoccurring dream, like, once
as
or
an
twice as
adult.
an adult.
I've had a
I think I had it more than 3 times. I think I had it a few times as a kid and then a couple of times as an adult. But it was, like, early 20s when I had it. It was, like, a mixture, but hey, trauma,
I
hi.
know. It still kind of gives the same answer for kids though, which makes sense. But one of my reoccurring dreams, I feel like that I've had as an adult, which this one honestly cracks me up because as a kid, I'm always getting chased by animals. I'm terrified of dying via bear attack or whatever. I don't know.
Fair.
I'd rather fight a human than an animal any day. But I'm always getting chased by animal, and it's one of those things where you're running as fast as you can, as hard as you can, and it's just slow motion, and it's just like you're running through mud, your feet
I
are lead, and I'm
hate
pissed off, but I can't.
I hate in a dream when I
Fuck
go
this
up to
shit.
punch somebody and it feels like you're going so slow and you barely make any impact. Like, you see them have a huge reaction, but
Right, but I'm like
you don't feel the impact. You don't feel and it's so aggravating. Oh my
aggravating.
god.
Aggravating. You want to talk about aggravating? No matter how fast I run, because I'm not running at all, the animal always catches up to me and kills me. So
Yeah.
fuck this shit. What I'm
Well,
just on a
yeah,
lose-lose situation here.
yeah.
But I've had that dream one time as an adult, and it was probably like a year ago. And my adult brain
Oh,
went,
no.
my adult brain went, I'm gonna die anyways, because I'm always running on top of a mountain for some reason. So my adult brain was like, I'm gonna die anyways, and I just jumped off the mountain. I said, "You're not taking me. I'm taking myself."
Well, deuces.
I'm like,
I
okay.
refuse to be mauled.
I guess that's how I'm gonna get out of that situation.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll just sacrifice my fucking
So it's
self.
like, fuck you. I'm going out of this myself. I can't take this anymore.
Oh my god, that's great.
So, and if anybody ever has nightmares, my dad always told me that if you're in the middle of a nightmare, you cross your eyes really, really hard in your dream because you cross your eyes really hard in real life and it will hurt and will wake you up. And it has always worked for me.
Interesting.
Always. It
I
helped
should
me
teach
in that
that
T
to
Rex dream.
Nicholas.
What?
I should teach that to Nick because
Yeah?
he has a lot of nightmares.
Gosh.
Nightmares.
So you have to try a couple times, so don't give up in your dream.
Yeah,
And
yeah, no,
I
I'll
don't
tell.
know why I know this information in my dream because I don't know I'm
Well, I don't
dreaming.
know why I'm conscious sometimes, but I can't control my dreams sometimes, but I'm conscious sometimes in my dreams. I'm like, I know exactly what's going on. I know this is a dream right now.
I
And
often
like I'm
immediately
aware.
wake up when that
I don't
happens.
always wake up immediately. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but I'll become conscious
Yeah.
during my dream and I'll know it's a dream and I'll be aware of it, but I'm like just witnessing it basically as it's happening. It's very weird.
There's been dreams I've had some starting to have like some control. I often want to fly in my dreams. So I'll fly and then I'll be put to the ground and then I can't control it anymore and I get pissed and I wake up.
Ah.
Like what the fuck? I just Come on. So I would love for other people to share their dreams with us because I find them truly
Absolutely.
fascinating, as we can tell because we've already had an episode about things that have been invented from dreams, which is also wild to think about. Um,
Exactly. Exactly.
so share us all the things. I want to hear all the crazy, cool, horrific, and funny stuff. I mean, I have a coworker that dreams in cartoons sometimes. Yep.
I
And I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. Got it.
no. I love it. I love it.
So
Hmm.
that is my topic. It was mostly sharing, but
Yeah, that's okay. I think it was fun.
yes,
I think that was a fun little topic. Dreams, man. Dreams get fucking weird.
fucking weird. I'm glad I was able to read that little tidbit because, as you can clearly tell, I had no idea what was even going to happen. So it was a roller coaster for everyone.
The moment you started talking about it, I was like, ah, shit. This is the one topic I hate that comes up because I can never remember my dreams. And I hate it. Because I know I have like really interesting and crazy and weird and vivid dreams sometimes,
Yes,
but I can never fucking remember them. And I hate it so
I
fucking
know.
much.
I want to remember them. They're so
Yeah.
cool. I just want to live in dreamland, but
Here's
that's just
here's a
me.
question for
That's
you
just
for
me.
here's a question for you in relation to dreams.
Yes, ma'am.
Sexy dreams.
Mark
You
and I
ever
were
had a nice
also talking
sexy?
about that.
You ever had some like I think one thing I hate about them is that you never obviously I mean sometimes you can, but like get to that point,
Yeah.
you know? It's like
You
it's
wake
such
up.
a tease
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It never
Yes,
works. It's just an
it's such a
ongoing feeling.
frustrating it's such a frustrating thing when you wake up from that and you're just like,
I honestly don't have very many sexual
I don't have
dreams.
them often. I don't have them often. It's very rare that I get them, but when I do, it's usually a really heated, like, going at it, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
but mine are
"Oh,
still
shit."
really weird shit happens, like
I had a
all
dream
around
once.
it.
I had a I this okay, this
All
dream is
right,
from
you
that.
remember this spicy
I
thing.
remember the dream. This is a sexy dream. Um, there was a dream I had once that I had a penis. It was an act like, I was me,
Mhm.
and I had a penis.
Mhm.
And it was fucking fantastic, and I was having sex with this girl, and it was fucking fantastic.
That's what I'm saying.
It was
There's no
fantastic.
penis. Come
It was a
on.
beautiful dream. Oh my god, it was fantastic. It was fucking fantastic. I was like, "Why I want to experience this once in my life."
Exactly. Well, you
But
kind of did, so.
well, kind of, but, not really at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I was talking to Mark about this yesterday because this we basically had a whole conversation around dreams as well. Um, but I want to know if it's the same for you. But as I grew up, you know how like as you grew up, you experience your first kiss, and then maybe
Mhm.
et cetera, foreplay, and then sex, all down the line of growing up. And my dreams like mirrored that. Like when I was a kid, if I had only experienced a first kiss or something, I only had dreams about first kisses. It never like went further than that. And then once I had whatever, second or third base, I had dreams about that, but it never went further than that until I had sex. Basically, until I met Mark, I didn't have full blown sex dreams.
I don't know.
Is that not
That's my
how
answer to you. I don't know. I
Mark
don't
said it was
remember.
kind of similar for him, but you don't remember?
No,
I
I
had
don't
a dream I
remember.
kissed Rihanna, so.
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Well,
I
again,
don't
people,
remember,
please
like,
let me know. I
much
need to
from my
know.
childhood because
Yeah,
trauma.
it's that reoccurring dream that kept popping up for you, honey.
Yeah, that's, like, the one dream from my childhood that I can, like, remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's because 'cause I've had it a few times.
you should probably go back to seeing a therapist about this.
It's okay, it's fine.
It's,
The therapy is expensive, I can't afford that right now, it's fine. It's
it's
fine.
fine. It's
I was
fine.
doing really good when I was taking care of myself. physically,
As
like,
me too.
really, I should start taking care of myself again, and then I might get back into a really good mental space again, but,
Yes.
we're not there yet. It's fine, we're getting there.
Yes. I bought this workout machine and then I have not used it for the past like 3 or 4 months. And so my theory with myself that I've learned is if I sign up for a gym membership or whatever and I'm feeling anxious about it or I don't want to do it, I refuse to force myself into doing it. So I've been
Well, yeah.
waiting this period out and now it's been 3 or 4 months and now I'm starting to wake up and be like, ooh, I want to move my body. Ooh, I want to try out this machine. Ooh, I want to do this.
Mhm.
And so I feel like now I'm getting into the groove of wanting to do it again. And then once I'm doing it, I really rarely want to stop.
I know, it's just kinda getting myself back
Yes.
into doing it and starting
Yes.
again. That's
I just
what my
refuse to
problem
push
is now.
myself because the second I push myself, I'm going to hate it because
Yeah.
I've forced myself to do it and I'll never go back
Mhm.
again. So
And I think that's
waiting it
what
out,
my
waiting it
problem
out.
became when I started to, uh, veer off from it, is I started to force myself to do it,
Yeah.
and I wasn't, like, taking breaks for myself,
Hmm.
especially from the gym and, like, just doing, like, maybe an at-home workout and, like,
Yeah,
taking a break from it, and it just got to be too much. So then I
definitely.
fell off a bit more and more, and yeah, yeah.
So we'll get back
Well,
to it. But
we'll
I'm,
get back to it eventually, don't you worry. It'll be there eventually.
yes.
One of these days, we'll come on here and be like, "Ah, worked out."
Oh, look at that, bitch.
Yeah. Bitch.
Just had to add that in there, I guess.
Alright, I think we're gonna call it here. We're already at an hour and a half, so yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that puts me at 2.5 hours of editing.
girl.
Um, oh, I usually listen to the whole episode. There's a lot of things that have to be edited out
I
sometimes,
know.
okay?
Oh, I get it. I appreciate it.
You're gonna go through the track and find when I'm fucking doing something obnoxious on my track that needs to be muted while you're talking.
And vice versa,
Oh,
please.
yeah. 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 So we will end it here. If you guys want to go and rate us, especially 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, really helps the podcast. Really helps us get seen by more people. If you want to follow us at all on any of our social medias, talk to us, interact with us, whatever you want. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Chaos and Cats Pod. And we also have a YouTube channel that is Chaos and Cats Podcast. And you can also hit us up at our email, which is chaosandcatspodcast@gmail.com. That is also an option. Question, comments, concerns, something you want us to talk about.
Tell
I
me
don't
about
know.
your
Send it to us.
dreams. Tell
Yeah,
me.
tell us about your dreams. We're happy to hear it. Um, but yeah, keep listening. We appreciate it. We hope you're having fun. We hope you're enjoying. We hope you're coming back. Um, I hope I'm starting to get better at getting our uploads up on at least Tuesday. On at least a Tuesday. I can't promise it'll be up and ready to go first thing in the morning, but
Hey,
I'll get it up.
on a
I
Tuesday.
promise. On Tuesday. Um, but yes, that's it. Uh, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. We hope you had fun. We hope we annoyed the fuck out of you and made you laugh a little bit. Or is
I
that
hope
supposed to be
we
the other way
annoyed the fuck
around?
out of you. Is
Or
that
was
what
that supposed to be the other way around? Huh.
you?
Huh.
Oh,
Either way. That's it. This
yeah.
is where we're ending it.
Yep. See
All right.
ya.
Goodbye.
Wouldn't want to be ya.